Good evening, everyone, and welcome to this very spontaneous, very surprising, probably a bit of a surprise stream, but it's Steam Next Fest, and there's some demos out there. I downloaded a few, maybe try some out, who knows. But one I wanted to just highlight because I streamed it before, I think twice even, I don't remember really, and B, today kind of sucked, so let's build some trains. Ooh, I can now do different islands. Yeah, I just tried around a little bit. Oh, I'm going right back into... Ooh! Yeah, a bit of unfinished stuff. That's what I built first. So, let's make a new island. Ooh, I can select a theme now. I didn't do that. Just played and there was a tutorial. So, obviously, as last time, we, I mean, as you can see, the locomotive here is like clearly inspired by Emma anyway. So, we're going to build eine Insel mit zwei Bergen und dem tiefen weiten Meer. Tiefen blauen Meer, sorry. Mit 4 Tunnels und Gleisen und dem Eisenbahnverkehr. Anyway, so theme, do we want more autumny? Do we want more summer? Or do we want spring? What would you say? Summer, autumn, spring? I could also just roll a dice, actually. Let me just... should have not have buried my... You have a dice? A 6-sided dice. I could have thought of that, actually. There was just a dice box right beside me. We have a lot of dice. I think I am qualifying as a dice dragon, even if it's just a lesser one. So I guess we do like 1, 2 is the left, 3, 4 middle, center, and yeah. We're going with the center one. All right then. So as you can see, lots more new building blocks, lots of new stuff. We can make everything really nice. Okay, let's just look at this. So, I don't think we can do the layout 1-to-1 because it has a lot of... It has like one diagonal, not 2 diagonal things, but I think we can have a good chance at building, Lumberland. Perfect. So let's just get started with this. There's our border. Perfect. Make it do it like this. Yes. Okay, let's just make a nice big island. There we go. So, okay, so the lower end is they're going to have one that is going around the island and one that is going inside of the island. We're gonna build this very slowly upwards, I would say. And we can always make it bigger. But from what I remember, Lumberland was... everything was very clear. I mean, Lumberland is not big, that's that. There we go. Let's start with the obvious ones. We can always add later. Aha. And I just suck right now. There we go. No, we didn't want to delete that. We probably will delete it later, but that's a different story. There we go. Okay. That is part 1 done. So. Let's just start then. Okay. Okay, nope. Huh? That one actually seems pretty perfect. How did I mirror? It was Alt, right? No. Actually, this one is even better if you ask me. I mean, it happens in a tunnel, but who said we need to have a tunnel here? That actually is not a bad idea. cool. You know what? Sometimes you just need a very relaxing game. Okay, that is an easy bug to fix then. Actually, how about we do that? I mean, can't do it exactly, but you know, something like that. Much better. I think I need to cut into here a little bit. Oh, you know what? Let's be a bit daring. How about we make it a bit taller, actually? Ooh. Yes, that sounds good, doesn't it? I mean, they would have just had a curve here. So, could mirror that one. Or we do one of those. That wouldn't fit that well. And I would need to... Oh yeah, there we go. Damn. I would actually need one of these here. So... yeah, let's make it a bit taller. Let's have a very nice and tall Lomaland. Perfect. Oh, so that works actually. Interesting. Huh. Probably would need to do this one. Maybe pull it up a bit. Oh, no, that actually doesn't look that good. Yes, that is much better. I think we've run into a problem. Let's see if that actually can be fixed. If I just place this one here. Can I still place? No. Aha. That really narrows things. So tall bridge crossings are out. So my... Okay, I guess I have to get the plan of the railways being up there. At least in this section, because... Yeah, I don't have the room for that. Because I can't actually build this one up. That doesn't work, so... Yeah. Damn. I guess this is the, this is what we have to live with. I hope this is getting, better. I generally like some of those bridges. It's just... Yeah, you wish there was a bit more flexibility. Bridges are like one of the most essential things if you want to build, you know, trains. I guess that is that then. Hello Lena, welcome. Welcome to the stream I'm doing because I really just don't want to anymore today. Also showing off indie games because it's Steam Next Fest and I think I should, you know, I should show off indie games from time to time. Especially when they're train related. How about you? How was your day? I suppose probably better than mine. Yeah, that definitely sounds quite relaxed. I do wish people had kind of relaxed time. It just had a very bad, like, honestly, it's just a continuation of a lot of bullshit, is what I'm saying. Not that I'm like, oh, you know, it's the worst. I mean, it's the worst actually right now. Just let me put it like this. Someone fucked up majorly, and now it basically is stuck with us / me to fix it. And I only learned about the fuck up today, which was just so nice to just learn, you know, together with, well, I mean, yes, they have Vagonia, but also, imagine this: you're calling your insurance provider, and they suddenly are like, wait, something is wrong here. Someone else fucked up hard, and now you both are like, okay, maybe we can fix this somehow because this is stupid. This is stupid and bullshit. And like, honestly, I'm kind of glad that there might be a fix. It's just I just don't want to have this problem in the first place. That's all. That's all of it. Just don't want to. It's so stupid, you know. It's so stupid, so utterly stupid. Again, not nothing against the insurance provider. They're actually like, they're really nice. Was a wonderful lady that helped there. Spoke Saxon, like Saxon. that was charming, you know. It was just really charming. But yeah, it just annoyances. It's just a lot of annoyances. So now I'm building Lumaland, and I am going to enjoy my time. Because someone has to. No one else is streaming the game right now. So, you know, again, I said, yeah, we all have to pay, you know, only speaking Anglo-Saxon. Saxon is actually kind of fun. It's a fun little dialect, in my opinion. People always like oh, look, the Saxon. Like, yeah, yes, it's very funny. You know, funny, but also very charming, actually, so. Huh. Okay. Let's just keep making this a little bit beautiful, you know? So let me just look at oh, so the castle is in front. Ah, that's actually good to know. I mean, that is very fair. We Saxon, Anglo-Saxon, that's its own whole can of worms, actually. Oh yeah, quick tools are now a thing. Very useful. Moments where I actually... Honestly, I kind of wish to a degree I could just play stuff like the Lumberland Lied right now, but I have no idea how the copyright system works on that. Maybe old German children's songs are just a lot more chill. I'm not gonna try it out. They had... Okay, one round. Okay. But yeah, it's just a little bit of I hate everything right now. And I just kind of hope it, it just passes fast enough that I just can't stop worrying about everything. Ah, the castle pieces are a bit big. They weren't that big last time. Hello. Then, you know what, let's abstract the castle, I guess. It's just a nice little castle, you know? Just a nice little one. With blackjack and hookers. But yeah, that is currently what is going on, and basically I just decided everything sucks. I don't want to anymore, and this is why I'm playing relaxing. Let's build a train. Small train game. That's the whole reason. Okay, so since I don't have the wavy one yet, I guess we have to improvise. And I mean, we have a loop here anyway, so yeah, why not? Let's do it like that. That actually sounds good. I mean, I have also just not played that many train games in recent times. I feel like I need to catch up. Too much stuff like Monster Hunter and oh, well, not too much Monster Hunter. That's gonna be too much Monster Hunter soon. TM. See you all on see you all on Friday. We're gonna do some more monster hunting then. Even though I have a feeling a bunch of stuff already because you know the reviews, the first reviews are out, and I'm not gonna say the game is bad because I think the game is gonna be good. I don't think you know, we should definitely do that. I was already also thinking about that, but you know, now today we're just gonna do a little bit of relax and chill, and yeah, I'm probably gonna make myself unpopular when I say the thing I was predicting like a few months ago seems to be actually coming true right now, and I kinda hate being right, you know? Kinda hate being right. I want to use that, that's good. Yeah, actually, let's do it like this. That sounds good. So. I mean, Mashinki seems to be a lot like games I actually played already, so I don't know if I need that much teaching for it. Depends, actually. But yeah, you know what? We should definitely chalk that up under. We should totally plan around this. How do you flip things again? No. I forgot. Rip. Well, that means I really need to look into that then. Okay, no. I don't need that. I need to. What was it again? Left alt. Oh. Yeah, we want it to be like that. Oh, didn't have a big problem right now, so, doesn't seem to be a technical problem then. That's good. Had enough of those recently. Oh. But yeah. Huh. That's actually perfect. Yes, we're gonna go with that. Oh well. But yeah. It's all just right now a little bit, exhausting. With I just wish I had some time, simply. But I don't. I just have a constant stream of I'm like a opossum. I just scream. It's too much, so I just keep scream. The most normal reaction to everything being just too much all at once. And the weird part is, it's not even the fucking elections. You'd think it's the fucking elections, but it's not the goddamn elections, actually. Because turns out, I mean, I can't believe I say this, but it looks a little bit like that one thing I was saying, a lot of people got played. And, I mean, by the CDU, apparently. It's very funny to watch right now. So is this like, oh, everything is good? No, it's just a very interesting form of funny, So you wanna know what happens? What happened? What is happening right now? Basically. So as you knew, there was the whole election thing, and Friedrich Merz won. And when someone wins on basically, to a degree, being AfD-like, you're like, oh god, this is not good. This is not good at all. So funny enough, from what I saw, they are already walking back on a lot of things they said they wanted to do, which is which is kind of funny. Just like, oh. But like, I actually talked, with a friend about that like a while ago, that we were like, they're just not gonna do a lot of shit because it would be bad for them anyway and stupid. And we've just been so right again. It is very, very funny on that part. Like, the whole situation, I don't know if we can say it is totally funny yet, but right now, it is definitely certified kind of funny. Because, basically one big thing they were constantly talking about during elections was the whole Heizungsgesetze, like heating law. And basically what a lot had been flippant about is the whole this is bad for the small person because it forces them to have a heat pump when the next time they are upgrading. So not even instantly, but gradually. Yeah, so that is very stupid and slightly pointless, but it gets better. You see, this law was actually introduced by the CDU. So while the current government, yes, they kind of they the Ampel basically they made it. They made it real, sure, but the thing was planned by the CDU. So like, we're already like, are they gonna axe their own law? Are they really? Are they going to do the smart thing and just let someone else take the blame? Now that people basically saw the whole thing on it and just ignore it. Yeah, they're just doing that right now. It seems, which is it's so fucking funny. Like, yeah, oops, sorry, you dumb fucks got played. Okay, so I can't do that. Oh well, but yeah, it is kind of funny that this is currently happening. But I kept saying it. The guys that the current what?
You weren't saying that until very shortly.
No, I already talked with you about it. I talked with Connor about that.
Very shortly before the election.
Not really?
Yes.
You don't remember?
No?
Yeah, okay, you don't remember. Good. We agree on that then.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, seriously. I talked about it.
I don't think you ever said that the Merz was pretty sure an opportunist in that sense.
We were definitely talking about that at,
No.
okay.
A bit before the election, yes. But only then.
Okay. Oh god, you really posted opossum screams. I mean, yeah, I feel that. I very much feel that. Okay. Even then, I did voice that, and it is still kind of interesting, because also the new, because, now that Merz is basically leaving. Like, he was the head of the CDU, now he becomes chancellor, so there's going to be a new head of the CDU. So now, because he's leaving, they need a new one. Mm-hmm. And apparently the next one was routinely attending Antifa demos.
Then you haven't heard that right.
What?
I never talked about the CDU.
Which one?
It's the SPD.
Oh, SPD. And they want to correlate with them.
They have to.
Ah.
Yeah, that will
Then I
probably
mixed it up.
the new
You said CDU though.
faction chef of SPD.
Okay, then I fucked that up. But yeah, they have to
he
call.
will most probably be it.
Yeah, but they have to, do a coalition with someone, and it's probably gonna be them. So again, interesting how that is shaping up once again. Yeah. I'm just very much interested in how that will work out, because they definitely are gonna be like, oh yeah, we just had to walk back on certain things because the SPD wanted that, and then nothing changes, because that is just kind of the playbook these people are doing all the time. It's always kind of that playbook exactly. Oh well.
It's not the only thing they're walking back on, though.
It's probably walking back on a bunch of stuff.
Do you remember when the CDU was doing lots of anti-immigrant stuff in their advertisement?
Obviously,
the first day when we will be elected, the borders will be closed. First of all, that's impossible.
Yes, that is literally.
But you know what Matt said as soon as he was elected, basically?
Mm-hmm.
Nobody ever said that.
Oh my god, that's. I mean, it's. Okay, by the way.
I mean, if you basically vote for one of the three parties with the most, we don't care about what we said, and then like Pikachu face, wait, they don't care what they said.
I mean,
it's like,
also,
I'm positively surprised. Let's say it like that.
Yes, but also, by the way, I called that one because here's the thing: they can't. Here's the thing. Like when people say, oh hey, there are a lot of migrants in Germany that are just vital. Okay, I didn't fucking exaggerate on that one. It's actually really fucking hard. Like again, if they would say, oh, we sent back all the Syrian people, our health system would collapse. Literally collapse overnight.
Well, they didn't talk about that kind of stuff. They talked about borders in general.
Oh yeah, they talked about that, but like
which is like even more impossible.
Yeah, I mean, when I think nothing sums it up better than how's it called? Alice Weidel, die olle Schreckschraube, was like, oh no, we have to just close down the borders. That's possible. And like literally police was like, no. The ones you expect to be on your side, when they say no, it's impossible, we can't do that. And her whole response was, well, I just make the laws. You just have to figure it out then. It's like, oh cool. Idiots. But yeah, no, it's obviously not. Everyone who thinks about it for a second is like, wait a second. It's not possible. So why should we do it? And again, they also knew that every single, industrial lobbyist group was against it. Because obviously they were against it. Like...
You know that the people on top, that they kind of have to know reality.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, some don't want to. But
sure,
yes.
Sure. And their whole advertisement campaign for themselves also wasn't based on reality.
It just wasn't.
But it seems like they kind of still knew and now act according to that. At least the CDU. We have the Well,
No,
the
they have-
AFD knows reality and wants a really bad one because they're Nazis.
Yes, I think that needs to be said. Those are Nazis and they are just living in their own little world. Like, literally, it's their own little world and it's bad for every one of us. The big philosophical talk again after trains. You know, building trains. How is this literally, like... Been a while since I did that, you know? Wonder if another indie dev now joins my Discord due to that. Shout out to Beyond. You make fun games. Hope the next one works out better. I need to adjust again. God damn it, das darf doch nicht wahr sein. But yeah, current state of German politics. It's a bit of a clown show. Let's just be very real here. It's a bit of a clown show. Oh shit. God. Why cursed? Why do you need to post cursed stuff? I don't think I needed to see this. Okay, you know what? I think we can actually can/should yeah, fair point, I guess. Wait, we can actually just fit that one here. Ooh. I am done with that. And I would love to fit that one somewhere, but that's just gonna be the corner here, right? Yeah, it's not gonna be the corner here. But yeah, thanks, I hate it. No, it's not working. Okay, so scrap that plan. Scrap that plan. Let's go back to... And let's figure out how I can get my trains up there without too much hassle, while also just looking kind of spanking. I don't want to reuse the same stuff. I kind of wanted to use this, but yeah, as you can see, wrong angle. Okay, yes, I can ditch this one actually for the cooler thing. There we go. Wait, I can just still do this, I guess. There we go. Yes. Okay. Nice. So that's okay. That seems to be the layout roughly done. You're not supposed to be here. Okay, so now we just need to make it a little bit more beautiful. You know what I mean? Let's get some stuff up here. You know, for being such a small island, Lumberland really has excellent public transport. They cover the whole fucking island with trains. Like... bit harsh right now. Maybe I need to just take a few of those. Actually, that's very nice. I like that one. Let's just go with that. You know what? I just realized what this music reminds me of. Have you ever played Against the Storm? It's that music. It's that kind of music. Pretty good game. Yeah, Against the should play it again someday. I've stopped doing that.
Sorry.
What?
Sorry.
I mean, there were good updates.
Yes.
Yeah.
The game isn't bad. It's just the
progression.
yes, the meta progression.
Yeah, I get that. I know why they have it, but like, yeah.
Yeah, the idea is always the same. You can play it longer.
I mean, yes. I get why you were just a bit bummed off about it, and then like just stopped basically. I get it. Then again, we were like the early adopters actually of it, so we still got it when it was on the Epic Store. Which, you know, it's interesting because, yeah, you launch on there and then you basically just beta test it, and maybe I can feel stupid for that, but on the other hand, I don't regret it. I liked playing that game. I liked playing it a lot, actually. So, no regrets there. I don't regret giving indie devs money at a better rate.
Yeah. Just a roguelite progression. That's a bit of a turn off.
Yeah, I get that. There we go. Let's just make it nice. Okay, actually we need our main station. Yeah, that's... Wait a second. Isn't that like almost 1-to-1? Because if you're wondering, I generally have a video open to have the variable plan, and you know, from there on interpret things. No, not really. Well, there we go. You know what? Let's just add a little bit of useful infrastructure, like, yeah, people probably want to cross the railroad at some point. So let's add like two of those. They didn't really have a town, that's the thing. It was very small. Oh well. But yeah, Epic. I mean, the Epic Store is the Epic Store. It's like we're currently living with it, but like it's. I think the big thing is just that. You know, there are two things I would want to say about it. On one hand, yes, they suck compared to Steam. Like, holy shit, do they suck? Especially in the sense of, you know, they just haven't done things, which is impressive considering, you know, your whole thing is, oh, we want to compete, and then people can, you know, put side by side, you know, how much Valve has done in the years, you know, in a similar time, getting, you know, when Steam was out versus the Epic Store, which is insanely not much. Like, the upside right now is devs get more money. I think that's the end of the upside. Yeah, I think that's the end of the upside. But, I mean, yeah, what to even add to this? It's just kind of ridiculous, honestly. There we go. That's all a bit big. I mean, yes, but also, like, who cares in Lummerland? That is just such a small island. You can just go wherever you want. I'm sure I could still put something inside of the... I probably can't though, so... I have to live with that. Ah, yes. Do wonder, it's actually like, I feel like the thing I'm doing right now, the thing I'm building right now is such a German thing because I don't think, I don't think Jim Knopf ever really went big outside of Germany. But I mean, then again, you can say, oh, Nia was train pilled since the start, and yes, I was. Not regretting any moment. Dankeschön. Okay, yeah, I know, because I built it. It's also Lummerland with an R. Again, I wish I could play the song. It's a great song. I mean, okay, just so you know, it was a book. It was a book once, and then there was a very famous adaptation with puppets. Like, you know, on a string. And that just kind of made it really famous. Hey Sophie, welcome. Yeah, that's the new demo of Islands and Trains. It's basically, it's a German indie game project, and it basically is just a good builder. And I mean, I'm just very deliberately trying to build Lumaland, so that's just, I mean, that feels just obligatory to do anyway. So, yeah. How are you doing? Ooh. I suppose the remake. But yeah, that's a classic. That's a classic. Honestly, I'm still hoping that, because they kind of own it, but like for some reason they're like, no, we're not gonna put it in the regular thing that, you know, that we, that Amazon would release Stargate again, you know, without us needing to pay shit. Then again, that might also be one of those few series I would probably like to own at some point. Battlestar Galactica is neat. Yeah. Ah, well. That's neat. That's better. I can say one thing though. Sometimes the music feels a little bit too relaxed. Like, this is probably a very me problem, because this isn't like, oh, the music, no, the music is fine. The music is super, it's just, when I played train games, there was a lot of jazz. No, I'm not gonna do the meme. I'm not gonna do the, you like jazz. God damn it. I'm still amazed that someone in Hollywood just woke up and said, haha, B movie. That's funny pun. And now we have a B movie. That was a bit of a fever dream. I don't even know if it's good, because jazz is the staple of Train Sim Tycoon drawers. That is totally true. It's like, yeah, it's just jazz, you know. Yeah, I wish I could play jazz and ragtime. And that's why the Locomotion soundtrack is absolutely undefeated. And people who are like, can we do something different? Well, if you want your music to be not that good, sure. No one is stopping you. Okay, honestly, if I would have one suggestion for the game, have a Control Z function. Because sometimes you're like, no, I didn't want to do that, and then it's like, oops, you did. So let's keep going. Oh. That's a good question. I mean, probably quite a unique one. I don't know the band, but if you're saying experimental jazz, it's probably a bit weird anyway, so... weird in the positive sense. Oh yeah, so, we're probably gonna ask tomorrow anyway, but like, anyone else gonna be there for, Monster Hunter on Friday? There we go. It's gonna be interesting. I can say that already. I can say that with such full confidence. It is yeah. Because I think when I will always say one thing. I know people always, nowadays, scoff at reviews and such, but I think you can generally, should generally look at them because sometimes you can just find, common narratives, is what I'm saying. You're like, oh, hey, wait. If all of them are saying this, then probably something is up with that. Like, when Avowed came out and, everyone's like, oh yeah, this game is good. It just has bears everywhere, and you're like, okay. Go on. And then, you find videos even of, sites like IGN where, the reviewer's like, yeah, so I stumbled across this, bandit camp. And there were 2 bears chilling at the fire. Just with the bandits. This wasn't like bear replaced bandit. No, this was bear. Bear with bandits. It was just another bear. Like, okay. Yeah. There we go. Go. If you stack tall, if you slowly ascend trees, you can give a bit of a feeling that, everything is higher than it actually is. So, just a little bit of aesthetic scaping technique, right there. Free advice. Okay. But yeah. One series I wish I could actually finish watching once, because I saw like, back in school, someone had like the first 5 seasons, maybe? I don't know, but like, I think 1 or 2 were missing. But yeah, personally, I would really love finish watching Andromeda at one point. That was a good series. It's also kind of interesting because, yeah, Gene Roddenberry basically sat down. I mean, you also are very low. Let's just not kid ourselves here, okay? But yeah, that was a good show, and I I had, I could have actually finished it. That one was also bad. Mount you, god damn it, really, it's called Mount Aspirational. Oh god, that's good. That's a good one. Yeah, Andromeda is like, it's one of those overlooked ones, you know? Even though I'd say, from what I saw, it was really good, actually. Okay, I have not heard about Lex at all, what that one is. Yeah. But like, yeah, Andromeda, I can definitely recommend because it's there's such good stuff. Like, it's kind of the anti-Star Trek, but like in a positive way, because I mean, it was made by Gene Roddenberry, so you know. This isn't to say, oh, they had beef or so, or, you know, someone tried to take it down. No, this was like the Star Trek guy making a show that seemed very much as an answer to a bunch of stuff about Star Trek. Because, you know, for everyone who doesn't know, the thing about Andromeda is... let me check. Yes and no. So it was on his idea, but it was already made. So I mean, Gene Roddenberry died in 1991. It was written on an idea from him, and yeah. It's actually kind of interesting because of Troy. Wow. But yeah, I don't know how yeah, so I don't know what it was, but it definitely was like, you know, early 2000s, a lot of TV shows just had problems, and that sucked. It's like the oldest tale of time. Hey, you have. Oh look, you have a TV show. Too bad. It sucks now. Everything okay?
Yeah.
Did I say something?
You did say things, yes?
Okay, sorry. What? I'm confused.
I'm also confused.
You just looked at me as if I said something wrong.
No? I didn't even hear what you said.
I talked about the fact that, you know, oh hey, a lot of TV shows just kind of got the axe. Especially in the early 2000s, even if they were good, they just got the XTM because I really don't know. I couldn't find if Sorbo injected themselves, but it wouldn't even surprise me if that was the case in the end. But yeah, the beginning is really good because, like, yeah, as I said, it kind of is an anti-Star Trek, but in the sense of, like, you know, Star Trek is optimistic. Star Trek thinks, you know, we can make it. You know, we can make it. Shit is going to work out for us. You know, humanity can go to the stars. You know, we colonize planets. All of that, and you know, it's just a great time, really. I mean, yeah, we have our problems, you know, with the, you know, I mean, okay, there is the Klingons, but then, you know, also the Klingons just literally, you know, they kind of fuck up their moon, and then they just join. Like, the Klingon storyline literally ends with them just being like, hey, we kind of want to join. Your Federation actually seems a bit nice, and good movie actually. Good movie they did with that. But yeah, Andromeda on the other hand is so humanity got made first contact. Repraxis quite yeah. So in Andromeda they got actually, you know, someone made contact with the humans, and it's this basically helped them, you know, develop spacefaring technology, etc. And I mean, it was space centaurs. Space centaurs contacted humans and invited them into the Commonwealth, wherever we're in there. And the Commonwealth is, let me put it like this. The Commonwealth, yeah, I mean, they are working so close together. Like, it's kind of in that part, it's kind of interesting that Star Trek Online actually opted for, hey, the Klingons went out of the Federation again. Like, what the fuck? Like, the Klingons had such a, like, the thing is, the moment the Klingons went together with went in bed with the Federation, they were like, huh, this is good for all of us, you know. Oh, they started developing better ships. They had just, in general, suddenly, all, you know, the Romulans were like, oh, what the fuck? Like, the Romulans were literally like, oh shit, they're working together. This was like, you know, I mean, this is like literally as if, you know, how's it called? I mean, the Klingons joining the Federation is, you know, as if the Soviet Union joined NATO, and then China was like, ah, fuck, shit, how did that happen? It's like, yeah, how did that happen? Wait, fuck, is that an analogy to... Did the moon blowing up in the 5th Star Trek movie, is that an analogy of like, hey, this could have happened after... No, I shouldn't read into it. Anyway. Yeah, okay, that actually makes sense, but like, there are a lot of Klingons. There were just a lot of Klingons in the Federation as well, so, you know, they're basically in there as almost. So I'm not like, yeah. Okay, but yeah, basically Andromeda, humanity got contacted, and they were taken into the Commonwealth, and the Commonwealth is I mean, it tries to do the same as the Federation, but with with the different rule of they are accepting everyone in. They want everyone to join, and they also uplift species that are not yet that developed. Basically, and also a big thing is the combat in Andromeda isn't phasers and shit. They are like, they don't have shields. They literally have to fan out, like a physical shield around their ships, and those are like the most advanced ships. Like the Andromeda, the ship the series is about, is like one of the most advanced ships just out there, but it gets trapped in a black hole, at the rim of a black hole. And what basically happens, a few thousand years later, they get pulled out again, just to learn that everything went to shit. Because so here's the thing. Remember the whole accepting everyone part and just hoping for the best? So it turns out, if you go and you put, you just hope for the best and be like, you know what? We shouldn't think too hard about that one species that literally has to lay eggs inside of other species to, reproduce. And also maybe not think too much about those quite literal eugenics elves. Because they're eugenics elves. And they are bad. Like, they are basically, like, literally, they got eugenicists into their Commonwealth and just were like, maybe they calm down. Extraction of practice was loosely based on the Chernobyl. I didn't even speak it out, but yeah, you fucking broke it. You just literally noticed what I what I meant. God damn it. But yeah, hey Claire. Yeah, the eugenicists were let in, and they're kind of bad, but also they also let a species in which let's just put it like this: they're a species that has to quite literally kill other species and lay eggs in them, and it's like a natural driving force of them. And the crew has one of them on board that is like part of a small religious group that tries not to do that, but like the rest of the species is just like, no, we're our, like, their inherent nature is just like, yeah, literally kill, lay eggs, reproduce, kill more.
They don't kill them first.
Yeah, right, they don't kill them first.
Yeah.
But like, so not good. The thing is just, and you're like, that's bad, right? And yeah, it is bad. Like, a lot of it is bad because like the Commonwealth kind of collapsed under naivety, and now the crews basically they kind of restaffed Andromeda because only like kind of the captain and a few people remained, and they are trying to rebuild the Commonwealth because they kind of still want to cling to the idea, but also not just cling to the idea, but also have this idea of, listen, we need to learn from our past, but like, how can we actually you know what? Just say it. I don't care anymore. It was about how like Andromeda is to a big degree how can you actually create a society when you have, you know, people with absolute fundamentalist. Oh, yeah, you know, sadly they don't look hot, and I think they're all kind of male, so. And they're male coded, you know, from voices. If they were girls, yes, but otherwise, no. Yeah, actually, I think we are done. I think we just built. That was. I mean, that's not that wrong. Okay, you know what? I just realized I need to do one final adjustment. That is placing another one here. Because... See, I want to have an Insel mit zwei Bergen und dem tiefen blauen Meer.
Well, it's probably not deep and only kind of blue. More gray, actually.
Yeah, but it had to be 2 mountains. Zwei Berge. So I kind of had to connect it so it's one mountain anyway. Else people could mistake it for like 2 mountain peaks. And no, it's just one mountain. It's just one mountain. There we go. Eine Insel mit zwei Bergen. No. That looks good, right?
Do you also have 4 Tunnel?
What?
Do you have 4 Tunnel?
No. Sorry, I actually looked at the song text. Mit 4 Tunnels. 4. I mean, they technically on the map, on the show, they show exactly 2 tunnels. So 4 tunnels is not even that
many.
It's not even that many apparently, and I can't actually build the whole thing because, you know. But, you know, it's just an interpretation right now because I can do that. No one is stopping me. Yeah, you know what? Let's pick a train, and obviously we're picking. Interesting that they made a bit more of a chunky word. Okay, so basically that's Emma. That's really fucking Emma. I like that they also made some diesel, like at least one diesel train and some more based on. Wait, that's the pattern on that one train from Thomas the Tank Engine. This is Thomas the Tank Engine. This one is definitely the classic German, you know, narrow gauge railway train. Interesting. But yeah, we're taking, obviously, Emma. We probably don't need a lot of people traveling, so... Okay. I actually can't turn around the camera. Okay, you know what? let's just look at the keyboard. Toggle UI. Oh, 1. That is perfect. It's big choo-choo energy, yes. There we go. Yes. Sadly, we don't have Molly because, I mean, I guess. For everyone who doesn't know, in the books, Emma, you know, the old locomotive actually has a child. How it happens, we don't know. She just has a daughter, and that's Molly, and that's the locomotive Jim later drives on the island. Look at this. Now it goes up. This is so relaxing. Like, I think I will probably buy this game and, you know, just sporadically play it, you know, also stream it and play it from time to time, just because it is so relaxing. Like, I know there are a bunch of games that try to be, you know, model train, but like, this is the only one where I really feel I have like, oh yeah, I can just build one and just look at it. So there we go. I don't think Emma ever meets another locomotive, but I mean, let me just put it like this. It's a children's book, and also it's a children's book about that was basically made so, you know, it wasn't even meant to be released. I mean, it is basically Parthenogenesis, if we're honest. Yeah, the thing is that it was basically written so, you know, children could act with the stuff they have in that, you know, in their children's in their playroom anyway. So like, you know, a lot of them had like toy trains and stuff. So it was okay. Yeah, you know what? Let's just, you know, let them use trains. And then it was so this is why, you know, the train actually travels over water. Like, I'm not kidding. Part of the book is literally that they leave the island by train. Okay, you know, I think, quick rundown of the story of the book. Basically, it's the island Lummerland. It's super small, but yeah, the description is it's an island with 2 mountains, and a railway, obviously, because there has to be a railway, with a lot of tunnels and you know, tracks, and you know, basically there are like, I think 4 or 5 people on there, and one day they get a child delivered, Jim. And basically, you know, Lucas, the train. No, that's not train. You know, he drives Emma. Like, he's the train driver. He adopts Jim, and you know, grows up in the village. But then, you know, when he gets older, it's like, oh no, we're too small. Jim has to leave, and Lucas is like, you know, if my son leaves, I leave. And so they leave both. And basically land on an adventure because they end up in China. Yeah, it's it's like really an adventure book in that sense. They end up in China, and it turns out the princess was stolen, and to pay back for the hospitality and stuff, they were like, okay, let's go and find the princess that was stolen by pirates and sold to a dragon. And so they go on adventure still with their locomotives. They travel everywhere by locomotive without tracks. Don't ask me how. They just do it. And sadly for all the dragon lovers, the dragons are sadly a stand-in for Nazis in this book. So they have a whole the dragons sadly have kind of a eugenics thing going on in that book. But they defeat the evil dragon. They save the kids and the princess, and also the princess starts being friends with Jim, so they just get together because obviously that's that. And then she moves with them to Lumberland, and there because it turns out Emma has a daughter locomotive. He's also now Jim is now also a train driver. The end. Yeah, it parts of it didn't age well, but also overall it's a nice book. This was literally part of my childhood, that movie adaptation. It's neat. Oh yeah, Jim is black. Just pointing that out, by the way. The protagonist is black. Now, imagine that book coming out nowadays. It would be screamed at as woke to the max. Is that so fun fact to read? You know what? There are a lot of train lovers out there, so someone took it literally. Yeah, this is just fucking zen. But yeah, if you also want to try it, the demo is on Steam. It's Next Fest. Try some demos, build some trains, leave some wish listings. It just helps them. So, Tim has railed a train. Oh god. I don't know if you just improved or made it more cursed. Because you're technically not wrong, Sophie. Okay, interesting where it goes now. So now it actually drives back through the... You know what? I generally find it very interesting how with this setup, there is quite a long route to be taken. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, it actually goes up now. As you can see, the one... Actually pointing at the screen, it's up here. Whee! Now it goes into the mountain. Come out here. I really wish I could zoom out more, actually. At some point, the size is just... I want to make a good picture, but... Now we really talked a lot of other stuff. But yeah, there's a lot of honestly a lot of series I either like to rewatch or kind of finish watching. Like one show I never saw fully, just episodes of it, is Primeval. I really wish I could watch that one fully one day. It has dinosaurs, so that's cool. So right now we are kinda in on a Log Horizon rewatch. That is like it's so interesting how you you rewatch that show. I was watching Merlin instead. I think I heard about that, but don't know what it's about. But yeah, it is kind of funny how Log Horizon, like you go in, you rewatch it, and you're like, oh yeah, that was a good show, and then you rewatch it, and you're like, fuck, this really is like the one good, isekai into computer game / about gaming, like about MMO gaming culture show, because it genuinely is the only good one. I'm not exaggerating here. It genuinely is the only good one. Interesting. It probably was nice. Honestly, the early 2000s had a lot of good shows. The one we rewatched just a while ago was Stargate Atlantis, and that one is still good. But yeah, I can really recommend Log Horizon. It's generally it's generally really good because oh hey, usually you have shows where people I think the biggest part why I like it is, first of all, it's smart, because usually people are just we're just stuck in we're just stuck in we're just stuck in the game, in the MMO, but then it's just that, and then the reasons are stupid. And Log Horizon is very openly from the beginning. It's yeah, there is a lot more to this, and it's not okay. We have a problem here. It actually got a third season a while ago that still covered a bunch of the stuff that was supposed to come up. The problem is, the author did a little bit of tax evasion, a little bit of tax fraud. So since a few years, the volumes, despite having a rough lineout for 3 volumes, are on hold. And that sucks. Aside from how people just make it a video game setting, or nowadays the very bad thing of let's just pretend a magic system is like a video game, but then it's not even like a video game because it's just menus and stats and skills attached to pretend there is some substance when there is not, and then you watch or read Log Horizon, you're like, wait, that's a game system. Did someone actually play MMOs? And then you learn more, and you're like, oh yeah, the guy played EverQuest, because the whole game they're in is fucking EverQuest. If the author got the license, this would have been an EverQuest novel. But yeah, the MMOs, the MMO is so much. The MMO in the show is so much EverQuest that even the beta test for the MMO is the fucking year of the beta test of EverQuest. So yeah, and then it also knows more about the culture and society about that and the people that play. And it's really good, because it is about hey, how do we build a society with stuff like people can't die. So, or like, what are like the ethics of this new world? And you're like, oh, and then just like, for like 2 whole seasons, the show's just like, hey, have you thought about that? You're like, no, I haven't. This is disturbing, because Log Horizon is kind of essentialist horror, like clad in the haha, we have a found family vibe in this guild, and we're just we're just trying to get along with the horrors out there, because there's generally horrifying shit, like essential horrifying shit in that world. And that makes it so interesting. That's what I kind of hate the fact that it's just on hiatus still, and like maybe it will be continued one day. Who knows? Okay, I would need to spoil some stuff maybe, but because like the show glances over some of the stuff more than the books, but like it's there and it's actually kind of interesting. So okay, just questioning: is everyone all right with me just spoiling like a few points that happen in Log Horizon, just to get over the point a bit more? Oh, not essential. It's existential horror. Yeah, like there's a lot of existential horror stuff in there, which is just really cool. This is more about if the other two want to be spoiled, or at least like a small part, which I find very interesting. That because it's like one of like probably the only show I know that really actually goes into this topic, and it's so fascinating. So yeah, this is more okay. Sophie, are you also okay with it? Okay, so here's the thing. Basically, what is so Log Horizon was not a game that was played with VR headset, so we don't have any of that bullshit. They clearly show, and I really like that they show that this was a game just running on laptops and stuff. This was like, it was actually launched in 1998, like in the beta. So again, it's supposed to be if EverQuest never went under. That's the thing. Also, actually, really nice detail I love about the show. Inside or during in the world and where they are, they all look like the in-game characters, and they have white expressions. Some are just they're cats. Or cat girls, all the stuff from MMO species. But when they have flashbacks to the real world, the art style changes, and they're like actually, I mean, there are also not a lot of anime that draw, Japanese people, looking more like Japanese people. But this series does that as a distinction of look, this one was the real world, this is the game, and the game just looks different actually. But the key thing is what is basically getting laid out since the beginning is this isn't the game. This is a world based on the game. The world having, where some interactions and some stuff like skills and levels and HP bars from the game still work, but a lot of stuff isn't. A lot of stuff, is its own thing. It's a different world, it's not the game, even though stuff is sometimes equal. also, so basically everyone is getting hit with dysphoria in the beginning. Because basically everyone kind of, people usually just, made characters, not on how they looked particularly, but, how they wanted to look like. Some made it closer to how they are, some less. Like, for example, the only one who doesn't really have a big problem of the main crew is Naotsugu, which is like the really laid-back normal guy best friend of the protagonist, who was just like, yeah, I just made myself, and like basically gets confronted with like, wow, your basicness really helps you right now, because the protagonist, Shuri, made himself a bit bigger than he was in real life. So now he's like, fuck, this isn't the body I was in. And also Akatsuki, one of the other main protagonists. Yes, because, how to obtain a ninja's undying loyalty. Because here's the thing, Akatsuki was, as Shuri said, oh yeah, I raided with him. Not raided, like, I played a bunch with him. He's a good ninja, is a friend, needs help. And then it's like, I need a potion of character recreation. They were like, yeah, sure, you probably have, the same problems as we are. And, the thing is, the potions of character recreation were event items in that game. By the way, they should also kind of be event items in normal games and not just fucking shit you have to buy with real world money. Like, make it raid drops or something. Just make it something where, people can interact. But anyway, thing is, gives it to Akatsuki, and turns out, Akatsuki had a way bigger problem. She made herself, a tall male body because she's very, very fucking insecure in real life. And so when she was transported into the game, she was suddenly like, oh fuck, everything is wrong. I'm too tall. I'm not in my body. I'm a male body. This is hell. The main protagonist, one of the main protagonists, literally had the transit experience TM for a short while. But yes, she's great. Insecure and small. Very cute. But yeah, basically, that's one of the things that, a bunch of people are just stuck because not everyone has that potion, but, some do. But what is interesting, because, they try to observe more about the world and how it's changing, because it turns out just getting into that world was a big event, but the world is still changing. And here's one of the things that I find interesting, because Log Horizon is one of the few shows that actually brings up sex and gender as different things, and also brings up the fact that there's an ongoing process of the world just becoming more of a, normal world and less like a game, but also apparently the genders of people start matching the sex of their body, and they're like, that's bad, because they're like, they kind of go into it a bit of more in the books, but it's like, oh, because the show actually acknowledged that people have problems, but also like, it's kind of terrifying to think, imagine if you were thrown into a world and there's just some force that can just change your being. That's terrifying. That's like, oh no, what else is possible in this world? Because a fuck ton is possible, and it's not nice to think about, if this was in the wrong hands. So yeah, again, really cool show. They do so much interesting just propositions of like, hey, have you thought about that? Or have you thought about that? Have you ever thought about that? Like, I know it's easy to shit on on stuff like Sword Art Online, or like basically every MMO style isekai ever. But yeah, watching Log Horizon, it's just even more how much, you can fucking shit on them, because it's so utterly obvious how bad these are. It's just not it's just not even funny how bad they are in comparison. And again, then there's all the things about how do you have a society? What would be rules in such a society? I have never watched Sonny Boy, actually. No. Probably need to look into that. But yeah. So, yeah, Log Horizon. It's a really good show. I love it. I can only... I can only say very much a recommended watch. Because it's just... Yeah. Again, Akatsuki, very cute. I like Bofuri, but it's just a chill no-stake series, not an actual full-on isekai. I have not... I probably heard that name, but I can't connect it to anything. I mean, yeah, the whole with big stakes and such, it's like... I think there are not a lot of shows with bigger stakes than Log Horizon, because, like, especially when you, like, you know, through the first season, you're like, okay, that was good. That was really good. How are they going to follow this up? And then you're like, oh, fuck. I didn't think about that. And you're like, well...
If adventurers and ex-NPCs, basically...
No.
Oh,
yeah.
When they live together in the world, how is that fair?
Yeah.
How do you give them equal rights and responsibilities? How do you do that?
How do you integrate into that society? Because you need to keep in mind, one of the interesting things is that even with the, because that's actually one thing that is talked about very early, is like the NPCs / people of the land, as they're called. It's good that they call it people of the land because, you know, even though the series was before the whole thing, the word NPC is just really soured nowadays. Anyway, the thing is, they have societies and economies, and for them it was just like, you know, adventures were just things that came and they paid the money and they just did their problems. And now that the adventures are suddenly, you know, alive and sentient, they're like, damn it, those damn adventurers, they just stopped doing our quests. And you're like, that's a problem. But also suddenly, you know, you have like this new power block of people that can't die and are inherently more strong than you. And they're like, fuck, we are immortal. Because all the players / the adventurers respawn.
Which then also begs the questions, what other systems are in this world from the game and how do they actually work?
Yes. Also, like, again, what's like the worst crime now? Because they, as they talk about it, it's like, hey, dying like sucks, but you respawn. So suddenly murder isn't really like a big problem anymore. You know, aside from there's still like a defense system in the town that, you know, people can't do PvP. That is actually still active. But like, hey, that doesn't get activated when people, you know, put you in like a chokehold or something. You know, as long as it's not an attack. So you could like imprisonment is worse now. Because, you know, you can't die. You don't die. So that's worse, right? How do we deal with that? And like, it's just a good show. It's just such a good show. Yeah. And also just very cute because, yeah, Akatsuki's there. And then you also have just other great characters. Like, honestly, Nyanta is great. It's just like, you know, basically the whole thing revolves a bit about an OG, like an old group that did a lot of raids, but they weren't a guild. And one of them is just like a hardcore cat gentleman role player. And he just keeps the bit going, which is also something that lures you into... it's so well written because there's so much about the show that when it throws at you, you're like, Oh. Yeah, that's a problem. And it also just kind of lures you sometimes into false, security. And then backstabs you with emotions. Yeah. Log Horizon, it's really good. It's a really good show. But now we're talking a lot about shows. Actually, it's weird. Oh yeah. So, by the way, I think we can officially say that the US government is just a subsidiary of Twitter now.
Huh?
Because the vice president's now told people, hey, if Europe starts blocking or regulating Twitter, we will drop support for NATO. And you're like, wow, that's a cool and normal thing to say. But otherwise, go the fuck on. Go the fuck on. Make us create NATO 2.0. We don't fucking care anymore. Like, it's fucked, yes. But also, like, the fact he has to say that really just, accentuates how much they actually feel the fact that Europe is going to regulate Twitter. Because here's the thing. It was Vance. It was JD Vance. Yeah, so it's fucked, yes, but also like, it says a lot because here's the thing, despite everything, fuck Merz, probably not gonna be, they're gonna go into a coalition with the SPD, and the SPD is probably now, as we said earlier, headed by someone who's way more left. So it's gonna be interesting. They're probably gonna walk back on a lot. They already, were like, oh yeah, we're ready to compromise on that. So like that's gonna be funny. But also the thing is, on election night, Friedrich Merz said that Europe has to become more independent because the USA is now just, is acting in the interest of Russia, and they cannot be seen as an ally anymore, which is like, hey, glad we are like on one page, on the same page here. I'm actually not that like, again, conservatives, hate them, but at least I don't have to worry that much about foreign policy. Chinese century, here we come. I mean, who knows? Honestly, the European leaders are currently very pissed off. Like, have you seen, like, Macron fucking fact-checked Trump live on camera? Because Trump just lied. And Macron was like, no, you're not getting away with that, bucko. And like, yeah. But also, big thing is, he said, and this is probably the reaction to that he wants to start an investigation into Elon Musk and Twitter for election interference. I'm just gonna say, oh boy, it's going to be so funny if that happens. It's going to be so fucking funny if that happens. Like, again, I don't like the guy, but it would be so fucking funny if it happens.
Wait, if it happens,
he says he wants to do it.
Yeah.
It still needs to happen.
Yes.
We don't know, what
I don't get the funny stuff.
Because, like, then Twitter will be banned. And also probably Teslas. So, the whole big Tesla factory near Berlin are worthless.
Oh, that's good, because the Tesla factory is terrible.
Yeah. I mean, they're probably gonna repurpose it and, sell it to someone that, like a European company that if that happens, I can almost guarantee you either, I think the French are making electric cars already. either that or there's gonna be like electric Volkswagen being produced there like soon, which is like, who cares, I guess. But yeah, very much down for that investigation. But yeah, the fact JD Vance felt he had to say, don't touch that Twitter. It really shows it really shows how much they are like he really doesn't want to lose Europe, They all do not want to do that. But it really shows that they are all as I had going for it was being first on the scene and the Musk brand, and both are those. Yeah, I mean, as I posted on the Discord, really love that picture. It's the swastika. That's such a good pun, actually. But yeah. It's just the thing is the fact that he said that right now is an indication for me at least that they are definitely afraid that it would happen, and probably rather sooner than later. That is at least my feeling for that. Yeah, sure. That is gone. That trust is gone. Like, the thing is, again, our new chancellor basically was on camera and said, "Yo, whatever is left of NATO, Europe has to rebuild it on its own now because Trump ain't doing it." And like, yeah. Which is probably going to end in a very interesting setup because here's the thing, even though I don't know if Canada will join the EU, maybe. Canada, I think, is in NATO and probably will be in that alliance. So, yeah, good job, Trump. One of the things, one of the few reasons when the USA has won so many wars is literally it had no enemies on its borders and was otherwise surrounded by 2 oceans. He's gonna create a land border for people that probably hate them. Master deal maker. If this is if this was a plan to strengthen the EU all along, well, good job with that, but lol. I mean, right now, it seems that, like most European leaders are just very reluctant to just, they're reluctantly doing like, oh yeah, we do some diplomacy still, but they're not happy with it. And yeah, that's that. So, welcome to the future where the European Union actually unites a little bit more. Anyway, you know what? I actually said I just wanted to stream a little bit because, like, I'm just building an island with 2 mountains. Full budget. But I guess we had a good talk. It was nice. Really helped get my mood back again because today was just a shit day. It's just... At least I can sleep fully today and that's gonna be wonderful. Yeah. Tomorrow, by the way, as you know, we kind of ran out of co-op games to do before Monster Hunter Wilds. So we're probably just gonna stream some Monster Hunter Frontier tomorrow. We are maybe thinking about some others, but I think we will save up Generations Ultimate for, whenever we are doing something dedicated for that. So yeah, probably just hunting some Zeniths tomorrow and doing that. And Wilds on Friday, probably having an open lobby. But again, check if the game runs on your PC if you want to get it, because the performance is bad and it hasn't really... I mean, it has improved, but it's still bad. Just saying that. I guess at least it runs on console, but like still, it's kind of embarrassing what they did. Let's just be real here. Yeah. That's it for that. I think we can talk about Monster Hunter tomorrow more, because, yeah, as I said in the beginning, I have some opinions from what I saw and heard, and I really feel this one is probably, those games that, have an initial very positive response, but then people sour on it with time. I think we might be in for that, and it was basically entirely avoidable. Yeah. This was Islands and Trains. The demo is on Steam. It's like every big game, though. Not really. Like, a lot of big games, come out and don't sour. Like, here's the thing. I feel like this is going to be a case of people are going to be really sour on it after the honeymoon phase. Should I still talk about it very shortly? Very briefly? Because two things. First of all, the end game seems to be the same, almost the same as base game Monster Hunter World. Remember that shit show? Remember that grind? That's on top of the game, probably not going to run on most of the rigs of people that actually want to play it. So first of all, that. And also, the PS5 version, the base PS5 version, runs with 60 FPS in performance mode, but it's a blurry performance mode. Then again, I guess you're not Xbox Series S, because they have potato mode. That looks just like ass. Wonderful that your game is such a performance hog, even though it doesn't look that as good as World, because you just fucking forgot to use the color palette again. Yeah, I think that's smart. I think you have a 30 something, but depending on your CPU, you probably could run it. But yeah, it's just a stupid performance hog. That's neat. That's actually very neat. Yeah, it's a stupid performance hog. The end game is going to be a similar grind than World, so I think a lot of people will probably hit that end game and be like, wait, I'm supposed to do that again? That wasn't good. And well, here's the next big problem that the game has. It's apparently the easiest one so far ever. And like, that's across the board. Like, that's coming from people that flashbacks to Rise endgame horror. I mean, you know what? There was more going on with Rise, technically. The sun breaks up. It was still a grindy mess, but like, Monster Hunter World endgame was, if you remember, tempered monsters, so just, the same monsters with better stats. And you had to farm for the decorations, so fun. Because decorations are random drops in Wilds again. Cool.
Yeah, the Curio hunts were bad.
The Curio hunts were bad.
Although I don't think the tempered monsters will be much different.
Yeah, it's gonna be the same. I mean, Curio Hunt was a variant of tempered monsters or slash apex monsters, so
Yeah, it was more focused on the one spot you attack, but now we have the wound system. And I heard people like on the side mention that apparently tempered monsters also have weak spots because of the weak spot mechanic that they introduced for some reason.
yeah, great.
But I don't know how exactly that will play out or
Yeah, we will probably know next week when we hit that part.
yeah.
Yeah, so probably gonna be similar. But yeah, on top of that, the game seems to be just piss easy. And this is coming from people, who played a bunch of titles. And this is also coming from people who are like literally saying, listen, I attempted Fatalis, I have never slain him, I'm actually really bad at the series, and I fucking breezed through the whole game. And like, that kind of fuels the fact to me that this game wasn't properly finished and ended in balancing, because usually, that usually is when the games are too easy.
Yeah, that or Capcom learned from World that people do not want to think, because no matter how people claim World did much quality of life, it made
They removed friction and game dev and labeled it quality of life.
Yeah.
It just made the game easier. It just was like that's it. They can say quality of life as much as they want. A lot of that quality of life was literally just making the game easier. Period. But yeah, apparently Wilds is the easiest game so far. So yeah, I don't really know how well people will react to this, mixture of piss easy game plus bad performance plus probably the same endgame as World. That might actually really backfire in the long run.
maybe Capcom should learn that we don't need an end game. There's like a final boss and maybe some secret bosses.
Hey,
And then you make the armor, and then you're done with the game, or you hunt for crowns if you want to.
yeah,
That was Monster Hunter. Basically forever.
the endgame save data should be deleted after the credits roll. Yeah, fair point, I guess.
You could do that. I wouldn't mind.
I mean, yeah, but if you want to do an endgame, quote unquote, why the fuck Yoko Taro was like, yeah, it was like Nier did that, Nier Automata did that. End the game, literally, don't go back, no more endgame. It's over. But yeah, it's like, if you want to do an endgame, I just sit here and you can probably see that tomorrow. I sit there and have the very serious question of, so why the fuck is Frontier still better? Because Frontier has an endgame. A pretty meaty endgame, actually. But it's rewarding? Like,
And it's also technically not the end game because it's the way to, get stronger to fight Raviente and some Musos.
yeah, that's a thing. It's like, okay, you have Raviente and Extreme Raviente and Musos. And basically the thing is the Musos are just like, these are the hardest fights in the game, and you get the best armor out of it. And then we have like the hardest Muso in the game, but Zenith monsters and Hunting Road are the way towards that. So, it is a grind still, but it has a bit more purpose because, you actually get good stuff about it. And, it's not just, your hunter rank very slowly increases, so just keep grinding mindlessly and then you maybe unlock some stuff. It's actually like, hey, here's a roguelite mode, and you can you hunt monsters back to back, and you have some a resource drain. You have to actually be good at everything and pre-plan with your armor set. You're like, oh, gameplay. And the Zeniths are like, hey, we're really strong, have good armor, but we're also more fair to farm than every other monster in the whole series ever. And you're like, oh, design. And then you look at the mainline series and like, why the fuck are you doing the bad decisions? I mean, let's just be real here. They're doing tempered monsters and arch tempered monsters for one reason. It's
We haven't confirmed arch tempered yet, but yeah, if tempered
if
is in,
tempered is in, it's gonna be arch tempered as well.
probably.
It's like, why are you doing this? The answer is very simple. It's the cheapest way to actually just stretch content.
But on the other hand, they also are like, oh no, we can't have several similar monsters. It's too similar. People wouldn't want to play that. Why did 5 million people play Unite? There are several monsters that are similar.
Or Generations. Or the other ones. That's such a big question. Like, why did they keep doing that? Also, oh no, we can't have more similar monsters. Then why do you keep bringing back Kezu but not Giginox? Anyway, that was a bit of Monster Hunter ranting. We're gonna play some Monster Hunter tomorrow.
Also, the answer to your question is popularity ratings.
Fuck that. If more people fought Giginox, they would like it. But yeah, again, Isles and Trains, demo on Steam. We built Lumberland. Good time, very relaxing. I actually like that. It's very zen. And see you all tomorrow then for some Monster Hunter. Have a good night, sleep well, stay healthy, eat well. Yeah. Hug a cat. Hug cats. Very good. Yeah, have a good night. Bye.